don't. I feel like I should.
So that's How Much a Dollar Costs by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody deep, so it gotta be somebody like I can't even guess it. Who is it?
It's How Much a Dollar Costs by Kendrick Lamar.
See, I was gonna say like Kendrick or what's the one dude named dude from Chicago?
Chance.
Yeah, I was gonna say something. And I don't even listen to Chance, so okay.
Literally 100 pennies, but figuratively, I mean, it depends how much you need it. Like, if you don't really need it, it doesn't matter, but if you, like, really need it, then it could cost, like, your whole day trying to work for it or something.
I have no idea. No clue. I mean, that's the question, the philosophical question of the song, right? I have no answer.
I guess it depends on what you're trying to put it towards. I mean, I think that, you know, you as a person can be perceived as whatever you want to be, you know.
Alrighty. Thanks for calling.
Just like I use Whitefish Bay people as a stereotype.
Right.
You know, people automatically assume everybody in Bay live in a house, live on the lake, no worries, no problems, everything's good. When that's far from the truth. When everybody has issues, there may not be money issues, but it's issues. Just like somebody can dress nice every day and go home and not have the lights on.
Right.
So it's just about how you perceive yourself. So a dollar theoretically doesn't mean much, but in our society it goes a long way.
Right.
So.
Like not, like, it's saying like, it doesn't mean like everything. It's kind of just like you need only a couple of things that actually
I don't like, it's not that important, like more that you need in life is not money, just love. So.
Not that much, like I think everyone can spare a dollar for someone who's like homeless and stuff.
Okay.
It's just I guess it's just like, I don't know, we're like so in our daily lives that if we see it or not, we just like keep walking.
$1, well, I guess like in the song, and I guess for me what I got out of it is $1, it doesn't really have like an amount like for it. It's sort of like what $1 can do necessarily, so.
It's detrimental, paralyzing my thoughts, parasites in my stomach, keep me with a gut feeling, y'all. Gotta see how I'm chilling once I park this luxury car. Hopping out, feeling big as Mutombo, 20 on pump 6.
I guess him coming to terms with like his new, now that I know who it is, probably with like his new stardom, his new fame, and how his perception has changed from like maybe coming from poverty to being a star and an icon and having a lot of money, and how that changed his perception on him. It doesn't have to be a bum. I think he used the bum as like the cover up for like people asking for things or wanting to talk to him and get them from him.
Yeah.
It was about like, not like, it's about money, like what you can do with money and how it can change you and help you out, or it cause you to like help your, like make yourself worse.
It was about a homeless man asking for money from somebody who obviously has a little bit to spare, and he wasn't willing to do so.
Basically, like a guy ran into, I think just a homeless dude, and he asked him for money, and he said no, because like everyone just thinks that homeless people are asking for money for like to use drugs and like other stuff.
Right.
And then at the end he kind of like felt bad, I think, and just noticed that he probably should have gave him or just helped him, because like even in the Bible we're supposed to help people.
How much a dollar costs?
Yeah.
This is one of those tracks where, and I appreciate you for this as a hip hop fan, there's a couple tracks on there like this, but when you listen to it and you're like, wait, did that just happen? And then you rewind it.
Yeah, it's a true story.
So.
Yeah, I mean, where was that? Johannesburg.
Okay.
Johannesburg. And I always flirted with the idea, just my imagination, you know, rolling past people that we consider bums or homeless, and saying to myself, what if that was the moment, you know, this is not a human form, but this is a mortal form of an angel testing your integrity to actually stop, not just give them money, but talk to them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this was one particular situation where I came across this as evidence, again, being out there. I'm looking at this guy on the side, you know, we stop, we getting gas or whatever, and I'm just ignoring them because from where I come from, these just panhandlers.
Yeah,
you know?
you don't engage.
Yeah, I don't engage. I know what you're gonna do with the money. You're gonna smoke it off. You're gonna get some crack or whatever. Even if how much you tell me that you want to do this, when I know what you're gonna do, so I'm not gonna engage in it. But the moment I actually engaged with him, he said, "God bless you. You know, this is your calling." And it blew my mind. Like, really tripped me out, making me think these are moments in my life deeper than just handing somebody $1.
Mm-hmm.
These are actually moments of integrity, being able to actually talk to somebody. Me talking to him was simply a thank you from God, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I felt God speaking through him to get at me, you know, and it was really a real trip. And I tend to always bottle these ideas in because I want to share them with the world, and that's how you get a record, like how much $1 costs.
You should help them, but not like give them money for like drugs or something.
Well, I mean, you should really hear them out and hear their story, but like every homeless person is different and they have different intentions. So
Usually I give them, if I got $1 or change, I usually give it to them. It just depends. For the most part, I've always been pretty giving. I mean, not like large amounts, but if I got an extra $1 or $2, I usually give it to them.
I mean, in my personal opinion, I've bought people food, but like, I think ideally you don't give them money because if they are going to use it for drugs or alcohol, it's like all you're doing is feeding the cycle. So I've like literally bought people subs, you know, but I don't know. I've given people money too, and I don't think it's I don't think it helps.
I mean, you could like give them money, and if you don't think like they're gonna use it wisely, like you can give them like other stuff maybe, or like maybe not give it to them that second, but maybe like come back and see if they're still there with like a meal or something.
Well, I've been in that situation. I go on like mission trips a lot, and I work with a lot of like the homeless populations, like in a lot of different places. And I feel like the number one thing you have to like do is understand that they're just like us. Like there's nothing different. They just have harder troubles in life. And I feel like you sort of have to treat them with the same respect that you want to be treated with because they're human beings and they're all not the same. You can't stereotype them as one thing.
That's not a very good question considering you have no idea what they're asking. You know? Like when I'm with my friends, they always give me money. Like we'll be at the gas station. This one dude said, I'll pump your gas for $1. And my friend just like gave him some change.
Zealous called me Dumbo 20 years ago, can't forget. Now I can lend them an ear or two. How to stack these residuals tenfold.
Well, I know there's not going to be like an end solution to like solve all of our problems because I mean, there's a big homeless population. I don't really think like we all understand how many homeless people there are in America, but there's probably not like one thing they can do to solve everything. But I mean, there could be programs. There could be I don't really know, just programs to help the people.
You may be very well, but like, I wasn't there.
I don't think that I have a thing, like a overnight thing, but I know like Canada does good with their homeless people. And they have like a more, you know,
more socialist countries do.
Yeah, so I think that they do a good job of it. But I mean, like I said, socialist countries, things have different views. They live differently. Their societies are different. Yeah. I think we do need to do a better job of helping out, you know, like with vets and people of that nature. You know, a lot of entitlement. Some people won't do right by it. I mean, it's all those things. I see both sides of the argument. So I don't know what I think they should do, but I do think we need to do more.
Government, we should like, as the government, they should help the homeless out. Like we should like open like more shelters and stuff like that to help them out. We should do more to like to like help them get off the streets, give them help them get jobs, or we should have programs to help them get jobs that they need, and to help them get off the streets and everything.
That's really tough. I'm actually it's really weird that you're even asking me about this, because I'm reading the book Eviction, which a bunch of teachers are reading right now in Milwaukee, which isn't the same thing as homelessness. A lot of those people end up homeless, but he's actually proposing that people receive vouchers for housing if they are at a certain income. And there's all kinds of evidence that with minimum wage not keeping up with expenses and all of that, a lot of these people are kind of just in the corner. So I thought it's an interesting argument. I'm not done with that yet. I mean, ultimately, I think a lot of homelessness comes down to addiction. And if you've ever known an addict, you can see how it would be this slippery slope. And I think some addicts choose to be homeless because it's easier. So I think addiction counseling and somehow getting people clean is huge. Obviously, that's partly their choice though too. So I think it would have to be a lot of different factors coming together.
It's about dry land, deep water, powder blue skies that crack open, a piece of crack that he wanted. I knew he was smoking, he begged and pleaded, asked me to feed him twice, I didn't believe it, told him beat it. Contributed money just for his pipe, I couldn't see it. He said, my son, temptation is.
That's not enough to help someone out. If they actually need somewhere to stay, they can't keep moving around, and keep going different places. They need an actual home to stay.
Yeah, obviously it's not very good. I mean, maybe it's better than, it's not even much better than just sleeping out on the street and stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, it would be an equivalent of a trailer park that's or slums. So the tricky part is they did that in the 80s and 70s, and then they knocked all kinds of government housing down because they realized it was worse. So what occurs in those places, and I would be interested to know why they're homeless there. Are their issues the same as ours? So it's I don't know, interesting, possible.
There should always be a type of base that homeless people can go to, and I understand that that sort of is considered a base they can go and sleep to, but there should be a facility that can give help throughout the day. People aren't just homeless at night, they're homeless throughout the entire day. So